Kehlani is here today. Can we? It's a celebration. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
You made it.
I did.
It's here.
Finally.
You have to be thrilled
I'm super excited.
that this music is out in the world finally. Mm-hmm. I saw you doing a little countdown on your social media. 25 days, 5 days. So what is it? What's happening in the streets? What's happening with your people? What are people saying about it?
Oh man, they love it. I've been getting so much positive feedback. It's hard to even really comprehend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's just saying that it's fun and it's joyous and it's happy and that they can appreciate the bright part of it. Thank you.
It is so good.
Thank you so much.
You said they could appreciate the bright part of it.
Like the bright aspect, the fact that it's it's happy and it isn't like a dark album.
Yeah, because I think your spirit. You're a happy person.
I am.
Yeah, I don't get dark. I know there's things, whatever, but your presence and as a person, you're a happy, bright person.
I am. I like to think so.
Most of the time, right?
Yeah. 95%.
We were talking last time I saw you at Powerhouse. You were telling me that you do those affirmations.
Yes.
Of getting to that space, right? Mm-hmm. Like staying. Do you still do that?
Of course.
Are you diligent about it?
To be like, Kehlani, you're awesome. You're great. You're
doing a good job. Like in the mirror?
You got this. I have to do it in the mirror, but it's just good to, tell yourself you're good. You're happy with what you're doing. Check in with yourself. So.
Yeah, people got to do that. Especially you right now in the middle of this whirlwind, traveling, album, shows. Mm-hmm. You could easily people get lost in that.
Definitely, all the time.
Yeah, I don't see that happening to you.
I don't see it either.
You're such a little bizarre little, and when I say bizarre, I mean in the best possible way. Because you know what it is? You have an old spirit. You're 21.
Yeah, but I'm 300. But I'm also 12.
You're 12 and 300. That's exactly who you are.
All at the same time.
Because I forget when I talk to you and your spirit and your energy is like you done been through some shit. Mm-hmm. And you're but you got this. And there's
trying.
And there's a fearlessness about it. You know what I'm saying? It's that doesn't usually happen by the time you're 21. In my experience, I see that usually women get to that in their 30s.
Well, it's the 300 in me.
Because you're 300.
Exactly.
And so I'm sure you get tired sometimes.
We have those days. Don't want to get out of bed when you're 300. It weighs on you. 300 years is a long time. A lot of standing on your feet.
Yeah. And 40 too, in your 40s also. Your eyesight is not as good. I got my reading glasses in my bag. Shit happens. That is the beauty about being 21. There was some guys in here earlier. I'm not going to blow up who it was, but he was definitely in his 40s. And he was definitely oh, you have Kehlani today? And then he was all excited and was acting like he was into you. I was like, fam, she's 21 years old. How often does that happen to you? It has to happen all the time, right?
All the time, and I'm just you old enough to be my daddy. To be my whole pops.
Your whole pops.
My whole dad. My whole father figure. You know what I mean? So I'm always that's awesome. I appreciate you, but I'm a little baby. I just got to be able to go to the bar.
I will call the police. That's what you should say the next time it happens. Excuse me, sir. Oh man.
I'll just flip my phone. It'll be 911 on the screen though.
I will call the police and send you to jail for being wild and inappropriate. Because we forget because you're 300, so they think, oh, she's, you know what I mean?
They see that part come out of me and they're just wow, mature.
What is that? Where do you get that from?
I think my auntie was just dope, and she just raised me with good morals, and I think that's what it comes from is the morality. I think people tend to chastise their kids and the way as they grow up based on their actions, and then forget that what they should be correcting and teaching is their intention. You know what I mean? Teach your kids to have good hearts and be good people and do good things, and if they mess up, they messed up, but that doesn't mean they're a bad kid. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. Don't focus necessarily on where the action, but focus on where the action comes from.
How did she even know to do that? How did she know to raise you that way?
I don't know. I just think she was very just inceptive with how, certain things shape you, how certain things in my family shape them and how everybody acts. And she's always reminded me, my grandma's a very funny person. She's kind of mean sometimes, but
Really?
But just because of what she's been through, on some I'll tell her I love her and she'll be like, you having a Kehlani moment, get over it. Things like that. But that comes from her family not being the most I love you-y type of people.
Yeah.
So my mom was always don't trip, don't be upset. That's just her That's because she grew up like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always say that.
But she loves you. So.
People's shit is not even most of the time like about them. It's about their experiences and things that they've had
exactly.
and that
they don't know no better.
Yeah. But they did good. But then it all comes back full around, and then, you know, then they make a little baby 300-year-old Kehlani.
Exactly. Popped out the womb at 300.
Popped out the womb at 300. What is your family? Because I always hear you talk about, and I'm sure you talked about it before, maybe I don't know, but I always hear you talk about your aunt, and your grandmother. Mm-hmm. Were you like in a house? What was the like family dynamic like raising?
I was raised by my aunt and her 2 kids, and so my little cousins I also call my brother and sister because I was raised as their big sister.
Okay. And
whenever we would get in trouble, they'd be like, "Well, you're not my sister anyways." But then my mom would be like, "This is your sister. This is my first child." You know what I mean? So she kept it solid with me. And
that gave you thick skin.
Yeah, and then my little brother and sister would always come over occasionally because they would need somewhere to be, and it would be in and out, and it was a lot of energy in the house.
And so why were you there? Where was that? Is that a touchy thing?
It's not touchy. Okay. My mom has been on the streets my whole life, just figuring her own self out, and my pops passed away when I was like 1, probably. Oh. Just gang violence, and it was like Bonnie and Clyde.
Really?
Shit. I have the funniest stories from my uncle. Like I can always count on like Christmas to roll around and my entire team be sitting somewhere and my drunk uncle come and tell us all the escapades. But it's hilarious, basically, their love story. But they had 300-year-old me, so shout out to them. They did something right.
They did something right.
They did something right.
No, challenge brings the best out of people sometimes. It really does. So was your relationship better now? Like, is your mom in a better place, or?
I think when she's ready to be, she will reach out and decide that she wants help or not. You know what I mean? You can't force somebody into a program. You can't force somebody into things like that. They have to willingly want to go. And we've just done it so many times that my family's just like, Kehlani, you got things to focus on. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. And when she's ready, she'll do it. But right now I can't try to make that an everyday priority of mine to get my mother in program, get my mother in rehab, things like that. So I'm definitely encourage her, and I pray for her every single day, and I love her very much. But she has to make that choice as an adult.
Yeah. Is she aware of everything this amazing stuff that's happening? Is she like in the loop of that?
I think she's aware, but she's not exactly aware. Like my family is aware, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you
like
mean?
You know how like, okay, if you grew up in New York and listen to the radio and like, you know, everybody knows you. They're like, oh my God, you better interview with Angie Martinez, like legendary. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So they don't know they don't know like what's a staple movement or what's like what's accredited and what's like a big deal and things like that. So when I tell them, they're just like, oh, well, that's cool. And so I'm like, no, this is a big deal. And they're like, oh, wow. Like,
they love you.
You know, like they knew about the Grammys. They knew that was big. They knew, you know, my song in the movie was big. But as far as like cool little things that they don't know about or that they don't understand, they're just happy for it. And my mom is just, she shows up to some concerts sometimes randomly with a tsunami shirt on, and I let it rock. So.
Yeah. But that's why you have that spirit, because you've had to deal with challenges, and you've had to like
definitely
you've had to take people and love them for who they are
all
and
the
what
time.
they.
That's all I know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's like a development that most people don't get at a young age. You know, it takes time to know that you could love people through what their challenges are.
Exactly, and sometimes you have to know what people are and decide if you want to love them regardless. You know what I mean? I always knew she was sick, and it was a sickness. You know what I mean? And it was a disease, and addiction is a disease. And that it wasn't that I had to tell my little brother and sister, like, she didn't choose anything over us. She doesn't not love us. She's just fighting something that she's been fighting for a very long time. And we have to make the decision to have a relationship with her or not. You know what I mean? It's up to you. We can't be mad at each other, whoever makes what decision, because it's your life ultimately. But we should make the decision to help her when she decides she wants help, and to love her when she's ready to be loved. So
you're the mom of them.
Of course, them's my babies.
How old are they?
My brother actually just came out for the first time to my release parties.
Oh my God!
Like I got to bring him out and like turn him up. He's 18.
You turned them up?
Yes, my other little brother's just turned 18 too, and then my little sister is 16. My other little sister is 15.
Oh, so they're hype.
Oh yeah, they get into them ages where they start to learn how to roll their eyes and stuff. It's real hilarious.
You have a 13-year-old starting now. I want to.
You know, sometimes you just gotta love you, girl.
Yeah, knock your little ass out. All right, so album's out. People love it. I haven't really heard anybody say a bad thing about it.
I haven't either.
I do there are Aaliyah comparisons.
Yeah,
you've heard
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
If you have to be compared to somebody.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take it.
Is that something you're aware of? Do you feel that? Is that a vibe you like?
This is the thing. I think it's one thing to compare to Aaliyah, and it's another thing to say, oh, we can tell listening to the music that you've been incredibly influenced by Aaliyah your whole life. And I'm like, wow, that's a statement right there.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't say that was the main artist that I ever listened to. You know what I mean? Or that I love her to death, and she's wonderful and she's awesome, and the music is definitely in my playlist at some point. But it wasn't the top 5 for me growing up. It wasn't what my mom was playing me. She was listening to a lot of neo. So I think it's funny because a lot of people think that I was raised in a lot of 90s R&B, which I really wasn't.
What were you raised
More
on?
2000s neo soul. Like I was raised on all India Lauren, Music Soul Child, Erykah Badu, Zane, like everybody from that era, like Anthony Hamilton, Raheem Devon, like Chrisette Michelle. You know what I mean? Like
I'm surprised you ain't come out with like a head wrap and like.
It's crazy. It's crazy that all that literally, and that was it because my aunt lived in her own bubble of music. Like we only had certain CDs, D'Angelo. You know what I mean? Like Maxwell, all that. So it was all of that, and then every time I hear everybody being like, you can tell she only listened to Brandy and Aaliyah, and really I didn't too much listen to either until I got older. And then even then when I was younger, the females I was listening to was like girl groups. I listened to a lot of TLC. I listened to a lot of Destiny's Child. Listened to a lot of 3LW. So it took me a while to get into Aaliyah and a while to get into Brandy. So
it's a good comparison.
I'll take it. She's beautiful.
Beautiful and super dope.
Beautifully talented, yes.
And like fly. She had her own little
and she was super
flyness
sweet
about
too.
her and super sweet. Yeah. All very common little things.
Well, I love it. Thank you.
She didn't have all these tattoos, but I love them. Is this a new one?
Probably since the last time you seen me.
This one over here. What is this?
Yeah. Is it the words?
Yeah, what is it? I can't see. I told you my glasses.
It says perdida y encontrada.
My Spanish is terrible.
It means lost and found.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
Hurt, no?
It didn't hurt as bad as this side. This side I kicked a hole in the wall. On this side I didn't really move. And also my security guard, who rest in peace, he just passed away a few months ago.
I know, I'm
was
so
holding
sorry.
my hand the whole time. So yeah, it's all good. He's in a much better place, and he was in pain for a while. So we're all just happy that he's in a great place. So we know he's here. So
yeah, you know what's amazing about you too is like you share that. It's like I would see your posts and I like felt your pain through.
Oh, because we loved him. I think a lot of people think that security guards are just these soulless people that just walk behind you, and they're just these big guys that have nothing, you know, that are just quiet. Like he was like everybody's uncle. Like he loved all of us.
Take care of you.
He would pull me to the side and be like, nah. See how you just handled that meeting? Boss up. He'd be like, boss up. Talk to them. They're your employees. Talk to them. You know what I mean? And I go out and be like, guys, team meeting in the lobby. Like, or like
that.
I'd go through it with a boy and I'd be crying and he would sit me down and be like, don't you let these dudes get you down. You know what I mean? Or just everything. Just he would watch me when I'm drunk and carry me and be like, look, girl, you did it again. Like he was just great. I wish he was here, but we're glad he's out of pain.
Yeah. But the fact that you share that, I think that's one thing too that people connect with you because you're like open about like I'm hurting right now. I miss my friend.
And none of us perfect. We all hurting, and we just didn't find out about a lot of these artists going through things until they're behind the music stories on TV, and we're like, why didn't we know this while you were going through it? It could have helped me going through it simultaneously. I could have known that somebody's successful, and just because I thought their life was so perfect because they were successful that they couldn't go through it. No, like it would have helped me to understand that you guys are people too. So
there's a fearlessness in that though. Like
you
be able to be 21, to go through things, to feel sadness and loss, and be able to like be vulnerable and share that. Like honestly, that's like there's like a fearlessness in that. Like because that means you don't care about what the comments say underneath it, or do you still and you do it anyway?
I think everyone cares. I actually was just talking to Cardi B about this. Great, perfect example. I'm obsessed with her.
I know.
Like openly, like I would tell everyone that is a girl I'm rooting for. That is a girl I'm patting on the back no matter what she wants to do.
She's fearless about who she is. Yeah,
fearless, and she set out everything she ever wanted to do. Like she literally said, "Y'all tell me I'm not gonna be a rapper. Y'all tell me I'm not gonna go on tour. Y'all tell me I won't be on the cover of these magazines." Straight from the strip club to the cover of the magazine.
Yeah, she has like 5 million followers on Instagram. It's crazy.
And she's doing like like just to see her glow up from like being in a club to like because she had to be to like being on the cover of magazines in suits. Like I don't know who can't clap for that, and if you can't clap for that, there's something wrong with you.
Then
Like you're a hater.
People,
like
yeah.
So, yeah, I think the comments get to everyone. I think we're human. You know what I mean? Like, what person can say someone says a bad thing to them and it doesn't hurt them even a little bit? You may not react. You may be mature enough to not react and mature enough to know the difference between what deserves a reaction and to pick your battles. But it's gonna hurt you a little bit. We're people, like,
but
and I'm only 21.
But you still do it.
Yeah, because
That's
you know what? I get more love. I get
Yeah.
more love than I ever got hate.
Mm.
I get more people ready to support me and ready to have my back and tell me, you know what, speak your mind and do your thing than I get people hating me. And those are the people I have to pay attention to. I cannot afford, nor can I take mentally paying attention to those people.
Yeah.
So I have to focus on who loves me, and that's it.
And that's what people want from their artists, man. They want to feel like they could, like they know you. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
My fans rock with me. That we're close.
I love that. All right, so the album is out, everybody.
Yeah.
It is like number 1 on the R&B chart, right? Number
Woo!
2 or something, 4. I don't know. It keeps
It's
going
number
up and
1.
down on iTunes, but it's in there. It's in there. You're rocking.
Thank you.
And touring and shows and all that stuff is happening, right?
Yeah, tour selling out. So shows are just going by. We making venues bigger and stuff. It's crazy.
You did you're doing an overseas tour too, right? You're going overseas?
I'm going all through Europe, and then I'm going to Australia, and I'm going to New Zealand.
Oh, where's Will? Our DJ Will. He's mixing today. He just got back from Australia.
Oh, was it crazy? I bet it was.
He took pictures with koala bears, and it looked like, he was fronting. It looked like a fake. It looked like,
I
when you go taking pictures.
Are crazy.
It looked like a teddy bear.
I heard they get down.
Mad fake.
I don't know.
Really? But aren't you an animal person? Don't you have like cats and
Yeah, but I know mad facts about koala. Apparently,
Like
a lot of koalas die due to chlamydia.
No.
Yeah. They go blind and
Where's
die
Will? Get Will in here.
because they're. I think they have sex. They have sex a lot or for pleasure. They're one of those other ones that have sex a lot or something.
Koala bears?
Yeah.
Getting it in?
And they get chlamydia and go blind, and a lot of them get sick and die.
From
a bunch
sex?
of them. I literally have a video recording of my sister and like walking through Times Square with me, just telling me, and I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Why do you know this? That's what
My sister, she got the fun facts. I don't know.
Why do you know
So random.
Do you read a lot?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I think I saw something where it said you carry around, what's the book you carry around? The Four
Agreements and
Four
the
Agreements?
Alchemist.
And the Alchemist.
Yeah.
Do you carry them like literally around?
Well, I now got thank God this happened. The author of The Alchemist, when I kind of went on a Twitter thing where I wanted to cleanse myself and I didn't want to see I think we're so influenced by what we see and what we read online. I'm very careful now with what I choose to follow and what I choose to like accept into my, path of
energy.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I only followed the author of The Alchemist, and he peeped and he followed me back, and we started DMing each other.
He was in your DMs?
Yeah, and he was just like, and I just stood in his DMs and I just said thank you for all that you've ever done, because it literally saved my life.
Wow.
And he was like, thank you for all that you are, like I can see it, da 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 da. We had a full conversation. Then he sent me a limited edition copy where he signed it, and like wrote me a little note on it, and it was just like, it probably went top 5 moments of my life. So
that's amazing.
It was unreal.
What is the thing? Like, what is the one thing about the book that resonated the most?
It's all about discovering your personal legend. And even if you have to go through all these trials and tribulations, just keep in mind what your personal legend is and what really matters. Because this little boy in the book went through this entire journey to find these pyramids, only to find out that he had found love on the way there and went all the way back to this little village once he had already discovered the pyramids, just to go back to his true love. So I think that was just important for me. And I think also the part in the book about paying attention to signs and omens and accepting when those things come in your life to tell you that you're on the right path. And literally, as I'm reading the book in Jamaica on a beach, a blue butterfly, like after I read that, a blue butterfly comes, and we're like swimming in the ocean. A blue butterfly comes and like lands on my hand, and then I hold it up and I look, and it flies away, and like it's all magical, and it like uncovers like this boat that says like the reason on it. And I was just like,
were you high?
No, and it was like right after I went through the crazy situation that I went through, and I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be here. Like, this is gonna help me. This is gonna heal me. Like, I've never seen a blue butterfly, nor has it landed on my hand. Like, I don't know if that's just extra common, but a butterfly's in the middle of the ocean, random. So I don't know. Random. It was crazy.
And what did the boat say?
The reason.
The reason.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what exactly it means, but I felt it. You know what I mean? I felt it intensely. So
you were in the right place. You were where you were supposed to be.
Exactly.
And seeing what you were supposed to see.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. What do people need to know? We got album?
Yes.
Tours? Clothing?
Merch. Yeah.
That's a really cute. I really need one of those
really
sweatshirts.
Good quality. It's not even screen printed. It's a custom dye job. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not so stiff.
It's not. It's
you
nice.
know, it's like
it's good. It's gonna last.
That's a good one. I need one of those.
I'm giving y'all my manager's spills.
Please, can I get a quality merch hoodie, please? Thank you.
We can get you the full package with all the shirts, everything. Yes.
I'm gonna wear it all at once. Look crazy, like the super stiff.
Hat, jacket, shirt, all of it.
I'm gonna wear it all at the same time. Where had you? Because one of the things that people like resonate or know about you too is your style. Like you have your own little style. You know what I mean? Is that something that have you always been like that?
I think I always had a personal style, definitely.
Really?
I think I always marched to the beat of my own drum in all senses. I cut my hair off in 8th grade. And
short?
Yeah, like short. Like how it is under this wig, girl. My natural hair.
I didn't even know.
This not me. You thought I grew that fast?
It was you.
Shout out Cos Spence, my hairstylist. He the best.
Super cute. I want one. I want to get her wig and her shirt.
He lives here.
Like single white female.
I got you. So I cut my hair off, and I always had I had a pink mohawk with lightning bolts cut into the side. I had a red one. I was half red, half blonde.
So you were always on your own.
Always had gauges, always getting tats. I worked at Hot Topic, so I had the t-shirt game on lock. You know what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
My t-shirts and gauges was cracking.
Crazy.
But now I'm very lucky. That's blessed and lucky together.
That's a good word.
I'm very lucky to have a really dope stylist named Debbie who allows me to step out of my comfort zone, but still doesn't, make me feel like I'm doing something that I don't want to do. So she's like, you want to do heels today? I found these type of heels that I feel like are very you. This, definitely, I think you should try this. It's new.
Right.
I don't know if you'll like it, but I just want to throw it in there, try it. And I've been stepping out of my comfort zone. And
because it's not always the same. Sometimes you're super tomboy, and sometimes you're super,
I also wake up and feel like I'm a different person sometimes. So she just rolls with it.
Schizophrenic.
For sure. Facts.
Bipolar, schizophrenic. That's what that is.
Helps to have a bunch of wigs when those times come.
Yeah. That helps to soothe and embrace it. Especially as an artist. We like little different looks from our artists.
Exactly.
So what are you listening to?
I listen to a lot of the same stuff over and over again. I'm still stuck on this Frank Ocean album over and over and over again. And Ombre Perkins, who's an artist that I work with, I just always have her on repeat naturally. She's effortless.
I read today, and I didn't know this about you, that Nick Cannon was influential in The Mentor, right? Because you did
super hard.
You did the show, America Got Talent. Mm-hmm. But then it was beyond that, right? He really set
That's
you up.
Family, yeah. I think people have to know. I always tell the whole story and go so hard for him because it takes so much heart to do what he did for me. You know what I mean? He didn't know me from nobody. He didn't know nothing about me, and he just took me under his wing. And he was like, "You cannot focus on music." He literally said, "How you gonna focus on music if you don't got nowhere to live? If you don't know if you're gonna take a shower, if you don't know if you're gonna eat today." You know what I mean? He said, "Come down to LA," and he got me my first apartment. You know what I mean?
Where were
and beyond
you?
Getting me my first, I was in the Bay. And beyond getting me my first apartment, it was decorated. You know what I mean? It was a girl's apartment. You took the time to get an apartment and make my room up and put picture frames in it.
And had you ever had that?
I've never had my own room. I'd never had slept in my own bed. I always shared a bed with one of my siblings. I always shared a room with my brother and my sister. You know what I mean? So I didn't even know what to do. I'm I have my own bathroom. I have my own stuff. There's a refrigerator there, and you're buying me groceries, and you're giving me studio time.
Did that freak you out a little bit out the gate?
It did. I was like, what does this man want from me? You know what I mean?
Right.
What's happening?
I would totally think that at the beginning. He
believed in me so much.
Yeah.
And all he wanted, he was like, one day when you get a Grammy, just say my name in your speech on stage. And he was like, I believe me. He was like, it's something about you, and I know it's going to be crazy, and you deserve it. And of course, I plan on paying him back in every way possible in the world. I have already started, and I hope everybody knows how great of a person he is. It's cool to crack jokes. It's cool to crack jokes and throw the Nick Cannon shade and all that and blah blah blah. But this man is not only one of the hardest working people in the entire world, who is also fighting so many personal things and still shows up to kick ass at his job all of his jobs every single day. But he is the kindest man ever and does everything out of the pureness of his heart. From me to so many nonprofit organizations to throwing events for kids in the hospital to making sure he could be sick and still get up and go see kids in the hospital. Like, people have no idea. Like, he's golden. Like, I owe him everything. It's crazy.
Because that's beyond like mentorship. That's like he gave you like life. Like, he gave you like a new.
I don't know where I'd be. Literally, I was couch hopping, doing nothing. Couldn't get a job. I'm so tatted. You know what I mean? I'd already quit both my jobs. Like, don't know what I was gonna do. Was like stealing food from grocery stores and shit.
You
like,
were making music already though. Yeah, I mean, you were already.
I had put one song out and it was cool. My manager at the time didn't know what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know what was gonna happen. Cool, people listen to it on SoundCloud. Look, this is little Kehlani girl from Oakland. She got one song. It's pretty cute, I guess.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't know what was gonna happen.
Not to merit somebody like really going out and on a limb.
And on top of it, he wasn't like even on some like get out here and let's do all this music stuff and let's do this. He literally was just like, you need somewhere to live. You need to be safe. You need to be able to, you know what I'm saying, sleep somewhere and be warm. Like, and that's it.
So nice.
He's ridiculous, man. He's super ridiculous. I can't wait to do that for somebody someday. Like,
you gonna do that for somebody?
Of course, I have to. I gotta pay it forward.
Yeah, totally. But do you like look around to see like, I mean, like, are you open to like looking for who that person is? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It'll come to me one day. I'm sure when I meet somebody that really needs it. Everybody got their hand out. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when it's somebody who really needs it, I think it's because I didn't ask him. A blue
butterfly is gonna fly on your hand and fly right onto his shoulder, and you're gonna be like you.
Because he really told me out of nowhere. He asked me what I needed. I said, "Yo, can I crash on your couch? And I just need studio time." He was like, "Sure," and drives me to an apartment. Like, you don't understand. It wasn't like, I'm gonna get you an apartment. It's the agreement. Let's sign on here, and then it's gonna be worked out. And this, you know what I mean?
It was like stay here.
He surprised me, like drove me there, and was like, keys. You know what I mean? It was like, who are you, bro? Like,
didn't ask like for nothing. No, nothing. Just. Stay here as long as you want. No,
nothing except for to be a part of the project and to keep working with us and to keep growing with us. And
wow.
And he was always like, "Yo, people gotta know I'm doing something right." I'm like, "No, they know you're doing something completely right." And look at me now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I have a newfound respect for Mr. Cannon.
I hope everybody who watches this does, man.
So I was reading your article in the Times, and I know you've been very active about and vocal about like the immigration ban and some of the shitty things that are happening in our country right now.
It's so sad.
I can't take it. I'm like, I'm happy to see you today, so you brought my spirits up a little bit, but literally it's like depressing me.
It's like how I feel. I'm like, this supposed to be the happiest week of my life. My debut album just dropped, and I was just like, it's so hard to like feel like I should allow myself to celebrate, but then feel bad because there are people literally going through hell right now. And I'm like, I don't even want to celebrate because I feel bad about feeling good. And I also just feel bad. Like,
yeah, right. That this is the situation that
we're in. It's so sickening and disheartening and dehumanizing and this supposed to be America. We're supposed to be a country founded on all of these beautiful things. We're not even from here. How are we gonna do this?
We ain't from here. And even if we from here, somebody in our family ain't from here. Like, we wouldn't have been here. And you are from many places. What are you, Native American? Well, you actually are from here.
Yeah, I'm a little from here.
Come
on, Blackfoot Cherokee.
You're kind of from here, but you're also Spanish. But what? Spain Spanish?
Yeah, Spain. So still European.
So yeah, somebody came here.
Yeah,
from somewhere.
Yeah.
And what else? You have?
And I'm black.
Black.
And and then a bunch of random whites. People be so extra, like, I'm Italian and Polish and French and Dutch and
whatever, just a bunch of different whites. I love that. Anyway, so in the Times article, here's your quote: "I am a young black Spanish Native American queer woman, all things that have been attacked." So then I say, and this is I know queer as in LGBTQ. I know what queer is, but then I thought, what is the actual definition?
I think it's just another word that fits into LGBTQ that has to do with homosexuality, I'm sure, but I think it's just a broader term for homosexual. Or it's a broader term that's an umbrella for all those. All those are umbrellas kind of for the same thing, but they're all have their branches.
So, but there has to be a difference, because why would we have it if
I
there's
think
no
queer
different?
is kind of just a broader term, I'm sure. But
didn't we Google it when I read that? What is it? Give me the definition.
What is exactly?
Odd and different.
So it's like an umbrella term
but
for
odd,
that.
Different. That's not in the way she's using it.
Well, I'm a young mixed race bisexual girl.
Native American, Spanish,
Yes.
black, white,
Girl.
all types of whites, woman. Yes.
Yes, he's prejudiced against women, he's prejudiced against blacks, prejudiced against Native Americans, against Hispanics, and against queers. Like, those are all, there's so many strikes, you know what I mean? He damn near don't like none of us. It's crazy. How do we tell our siblings and these young people, like, your president does not like you? He has hatred in his heart for you. You know what I mean? Like, he does not want you to be here. He does not want you to get married. He does not want you to have control of your body. He does not want you to be able to go fly home and see your family that lives in another beautiful place where you should be able to go see your family and explore your culture and know where you came from. How do you tell people that?
Without the fear of like not being able to come back. It's people who like don't know any place but here, like been here since they're a baby.
And need to go see their
fear.
one family member, their mom or dad who gave up their life to send them here, and they need to go back and see their parent and they can't.
Yeah. No,
Crazy.
It's the craziest thing ever. It is infuriating and depressing, and I will not keep talking.
It's
to you about it.
unconstitutional. Moving on.
I don't want to bring your energy.
I'm like, girl.
But does it fire you up to want to do things? Like, do you want to, like, because I'm always like, I'll donate money, or
I want to do everything.
You want to do everything.
But there's so much going on that I don't even know how to divide my attention. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a cause every day, and it's 5 causes a day that I'm figuring out, and I feel like before I just start spewing on the internet, which is what I'm used to doing, is like just spazzing and ranting, and it doesn't do much except for kind of instill more fear in the people who are reading it and spreading more bad vibes. I've been just thinking about lately about how I would like to create more safe spaces and places where people feel like it isn't just reflecting and dwelling on the negativity of the situation, and more like, let's calm down for a second. Let's realize what we can do and how to properly place our energy, instead of, just getting and being like, our president wants to kill us. You know what I mean? Fuck, our lives are over, on Instagram. Because that really used to be me. But I don't know what it does for anyone. You know what I mean? We should definitely educate each other. We should definitely stay outraged. We should definitely stay,
pissed off.
Definitely. Yeah. But also be very aware at what exactly we're projecting to people.
And what we want to do about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I totally agree. The beautiful thing that comes out of it is, like, I don't know, I was watching the interviews the other day, watching all those people show up at the airport and those peaceful protests, watching like hundreds of like lawyers show up pro bono to help these people.
And there's so many things to do. There's so many things to do.
But that gives me hope.
If you're around and if you're anywhere near the airports, go bring them some food. Those lawyers are sitting on that floor, hungry as hell, running off of random Starbucks coffee and crackers from the airport stores. And then when them stores close, they got nothing all night. If you're around, go drop off some food. Go bring them blankets. If you cannot protest, send something in an Uber and have them deliver it to them.
Or
Lyft. Excuse me. Oh, I corrected myself real fast. Excuse me. Lyft. I was on that yesterday. Or actually, Movin'. Movin' is a new Black-owned ride sharing service that I just found out.
What's it called?
Black owned, Black started. Movin', MOOVN.
Oh, I didn't even know.
My friend just sent me the screenshot and was like, check this out. It's a good alternative. They just need more drivers. The reason they are not in certain cities is because they don't have drivers signed up yet. If you lost your job due to the Uber situation that everybody's protesting, go sign up for Movin'. They need y'all. Go sign up for Lyft. They need y'all. But I would definitely suggest Moving, because we need to put money in our own communities and keep money in our own people's pockets, and that's how we're gonna win.
Yeah, Kehlani 300. That's my new name for you, Kehlani 300. And then so I'm gonna see you around, right? Because you're like in New York a lot now, right? So
Definitely.
you like live here now?
Well, my apartment is here, but I'm definitely in LA preparing for tour every day. So,
boo. I mean,
I leave for tour on February 20th. I've got about like few days for tour.
I know you're totally like from the Bay, and you're a Bay girl,
all day.
But you have a very like New York spirit about you to me.
I love it here.
Do you?
This had a big part in changing my life. You know what I mean? Knowing I could go to a place and feel comfortably lost, and in a way of like, wow, like I have a whole new place to kind of learn myself through learning this place and learning new people and finding a new culture. And everybody thinks it's so scened out over here, but you can hide. You can be away. You can be in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even knew I was here except for when I was posting random selfies on the subway, and even then they just thought I was here visiting. But I got to get up every day, go to I got to have like a sense of normalcy that I hadn't had in years since I was in high school. I had like a regular coffee shop, and every day I was like, I want the same thing I'm getting every day.
Yeah.
I had my restaurants that I picked out. I got to get on the subway and go to the park. I got to sit at the park and just like smoke with my friends. I got to like go to a bar. I found a bar that I was like, this is our regular bar. You know what I mean?
You're
Things like
Norm?
that.
You're
So
like a regular joint?
it was awesome. It was super awesome. And
that's
my apartment's still here. So
you still have a spot here?
yeah, my cats are at the crib right now.
I believe you have a cat.
I love them.
Well, congrats, baby. I'm so happy for you. And
Thank
the album
you.
is dope, and everybody should go get it. And we're going to have many of these because you're going to be here for a long time.
Thank you.
And thank you for being 300 because I totally appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Kehlani. You don't even call you Kehlani. It's Kehlani.
It doesn't really matter.
Kehlani, everybody.
Thank you.
Power 105.1.